Hello students, welcome to the first lesson of the supplementary reader It So Happened. The name of the lesson is How the Camel Got His Hump by the famous writer Rudyard Kipling. Rudyard Kipling is the one who gave us the character whom we know very well and love, Mowgli from the Jungle Book. Rudyard Kipling was born in 1865 in Mumbai, which was earlier known as Bombay. He completed his education in England and returned to India in the year 1882. He was a prolific writer and has written many short stories. In 1894, his book, The Jungle Book, was published and became famous as a children's classic all over the world. Now, let us read the lesson and understand how the camel got his hump. The world had just begun and the animals were working for humans. There was one lazy animal that did nothing and said nothing but humph. Even the clever Jinn was at his wits' end. In the beginning, when the world was new and animals were just beginning to work for man, there was a camel and he lived in the middle of a howling desert because he did not want to work. He ate sticks and thorns and prickles, and when anybody spoke to him, he said, "Humph, just humph," and no more. Presently the horse came to him on Monday morning with a saddle on his back and said, "Camel, oh camel, come out and trot like the rest of us." "Humph," said the camel, and the horse went away and told the man. So here we can see in the beginning when the world was very new and animals were just beginning to be domesticated by man and they began to start working for man, there was a camel who lived right in the middle of a howling desert. Now what is a howling desert? It's a desert where you can hear sounds of animals as well as of the wind. And the reason why he lived there because he did not want to work. And he ate only sticks and thorns and prickles because that is what you get in a desert. In a desert, you can't get any other thing. So, when anyone spoke to him, he replied, "Humph." So, the horse came to the camel on Monday morning and asked him to come and trot like the rest of them. But the camel only replied, "Humph." So, the horse went away angrily. Then, the dog came to him with a stick in his mouth and said, "Camel, oh camel, come and fetch and carry like the rest of us." "Humph," said the camel, and the dog went away and told the man. So when the dog requested him, the camel, to come and fetch just like he did, the camel just replied "Humph," and so he was very angry and went and told the man. Then came an ox with a yoke on his neck and said, "Camel, oh camel, come and plough like the rest of us." "Humph," said the camel, and the ox went away and told the man. So when the ox came and requested him to plough along with him, he just said "Humph," and with this answer, the ox went and told the man. So at the end of the day, the man called the three animals, the horse, dog and the ox, and said, "Three, oh three, I am very sorry for you." So here we can see that all the other animals were very hardworking and they all worked for the man, but the camel chose to do otherwise. He lived in the midst of a desert and ate whatever he got there, but he did not wish to work. But that humph thing in the desert can't work, or he would have been here by now. So I'm going to leave him alone, and you must work double time to make up for it. That made the three very angry, and they held a panchayat on the edge of the desert, and the camel came chewing cud and laughed at them. Then he said, "Humph," and went away again. So here, after the three animals talk to the man, then the camel comes there and only humps. So the man tells the three animals that since the camel refuses to work, they will have to work overtime. That means they will have to do double the work because the camel has refused to work. That made them very angry and they held a meeting at the edge of the desert. And then there came the Jinn who was in charge of all the deserts, rolling in a cloud of dust. Now the Jinn is a magical creature supposed to be like a genie coming out of a bottle. If you've read Arabian stories, you would have heard of a genie. So this genie, the Jinn of all the deserts, The horse told him, asked him a question, was it right for anyone to be idle? The Jinn replied in the negative. Well, said the horse, there's a thing in the middle of the desert with a long neck and long legs, and he hasn't done a stroke of work since Monday morning. He won't trot. Said the Jinn, whistling. That's my camel. What does he say about it? He says humph and he won't plough, said the ox. Very good. I'll humph him, and if you will kindly wait a minute. So when the animals not only complained to the man, but they also complained to the Jinn, then the Jinn asked them, what would he not do? And they said he was not willing to trot, he was not willing to fetch, he was not willing to pull the plough. And so he said, don't you worry, I'll go and deal with him appropriately. Just give me some time. And so here goes the Jinn to the camel. So the Jinn rolled himself up in his dust cloak and took a walk across the desert and found the camel looking at his own reflection in a pool of water, that is in an oasis. So when the Jinn went there, he was taking a walk, he found the camel admiring his reflection in a pool of water. So he asked him that, what is this I hear of everyone complaining about you? So he sat down with his chin in his hand, thinking thoughtfully, while the camel looked at his reflection. He said, you have given the other three animals extra work since Monday morning, all because of your idleness, said the Jinn, and he went on thinking thoughtfully with his chin in his hand. So here we can see the word remonstrated means the three animals remonstrated, they protested or they complained about him. Humph, said the camel, I shouldn't say that again if I were you, said the Jinn angrily. You might say it once too often. I want you to work. And the camel said humph again, and no sooner had he said it than he saw his back, that he was so proud of, puffing up into a great big humph. Do you see that, said the Jinn? That's your very own humph, and that you've brought upon your very own self by not working. Today is Thursday, and you've done no work since Monday when the work began. Now you are going to work. How can I, said the camel with his hump on my back. That has a purpose, said the Jinn. All because you missed those 3 days. You will be able to work now for 3 days without eating, because you can live on your hump. And don't you ever say I never did anything for you. Come out of the desert and go to the tree and behave. And the camel went away to join the tree. And from that day to this day, the camel always wears a hump. We call it a hump now, not to hurt his feelings. But he has never caught up yet with the 3 days that he missed at the beginning of the world. And he has never yet learned how to behave. So children, we can see that when the Jinn goes to the camel and finds him looking at his reflection in the water, he is annoyed and angry when the camel replies hump hump. And so to serve him right, to punish him, he gives him a big hump on his back. When the camel looks shocked at his back, and then the Jinn says that this is a punishment, it serves you right because you have got your hump back. You kept on saying hump, 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 and so now finally you've got a hump on your back. So he said, now you get to work. And he said, don't think that I've only punished you, I've also been kind to you. That this hump is a store of fat and water, and so he says you can work now without trying to find anything to eat. So you can go for 3 days without eating or drinking anything. And then he tells him that now you better go and help the other animals to work. And so from that day to this day, that was how the camel developed his hump. But he has never yet caught up with the 3 days that he missed. That means since his characteristic was he was lazy, so he was forcibly sent by the Jinn to go and help the other animals. But many a times he reverts back to his own nature. He at times tend to be lazy, but since he has a hump on his back, he is made use of by man in order to transport goods and people in the desert. So we understand how the camel got his hump. So children, in this lesson we learn that it is very important to be hardworking. We should avoid being lazy. So it teaches us the principle of hard work. I hope you have understood the lesson. Thank you and have a nice day.